when he went through the stats of his basketball career, if you look at it the way he was on it's kind of cray cray. He's saying, I've missed 9,000 shots, he said, and then I've lost over 300 games, and then 26 times the game-winning shot came down to him, and he missed. Now, if you look at that, you say to yourself, oh, he's a loser. That Michael Jordan guy, man, he missed 9,000 shots. He must stink.
But I believe the great is still yet to come. I won't stop fighting, man, until I'm done.
Good morning. Welcome to the 29th Breakfast Ball.
Are we on 29th?
This is the 29th. Yeah, crazy, right?
Look at that. I feel like I haven't been here in weeks, Bob.
Yeah, you missed a few. It's okay.
I know.
Well,
sorry, guys. I know you guys miss me.
We do. We miss Richie. And just as we always say, before we do the introduction of the reintroduction of the Dashing Richie Stoltz. Remember, if you get anything on this podcast, 10% back to the house, baby. Let's go. 10% when you're rich and famous.
I got to retire soon, guys.
Yeah, you got to retire soon.
I got to retire soon.
I know, right? Well, yeah, my kids are all getting older now, man. Good. Shout out to Cooper, by the way. It's Cooper's graduation today. My son Cooper graduated from high school.
Nice.
Yeah, no doubt, right? No doubt.
Nice.
So, anyway, with all that said, I am your host, Bob Cardia. And to my left, your right, the dashing Richie Stoltz. Glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
How was your time away? Good? Yeah.
It was good.
You had a wedding in there somewhere? Or not his wedding, but a wedding.
Not my wedding. It was nice because we were kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, quite frankly, I like the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I can't stand the city.
Yeah, traffic is just brutal. It took me almost 45 to get down to work yesterday, which was like, on a Saturday morning, it takes 18 minutes on a traffic day . Which is just like,
You know, my biggest pet peeve is when someone, you're just driving, someone just always honking their horn.
Yeah.
That's just all you hear in the city, and it's just like, I don't know. Like, if you live in the city and you somehow know how to deal with that, or you're used to it at this point, it just doesn't bother you anymore, kudos to you.
Yeah.
Because if you ask me, that's probably the one thing that sets me off.
Which just reminded me something, because you were saying, if you know. By the way, shout out Candy David. She got the gift certificate from Starbucks for the breakfast ball. So if you comment, I love the breakfast ball at the bottom of the podcast, yes, you will be eligible for a Starbucks gift card. We throw them all into a hat. We draw it out. And if you win, bang, you get a scarf. Actually, I gave, because the guy that won it works with us, Ryan Convery. So I actually handed him his this past week. So, Ryan, enjoy your Starbucks gift card. Anyway, today is we all fail, but it's how you respond. Which, I mean, you hear a lot of people say, but it's so true. I mean, I like to watch different things and read different things. I'm just finishing up Blink by Malcolm Gladwell. I'm on the last 2 or 3 pages right now. But I was actually listening yesterday to Michael Jordan, which was interesting. I was listening to one of his, I guess, quasi-motivational videos. But when he went through the stats of his basketball career, if you look at it the way he was on it's kind of cray-cray. He's saying, I've missed 9,000 shots, he said. And then I've lost over 300 games. And then 26 times the game-winning shot came down to him. And he missed. Now, if you look at that, you say to yourself, oh, he's a loser. That Michael Jordan guy, man, he missed 9,000 shots. He must stink. And then you look at it like he didn't make his high school team, right? And then I'm not sure if it was because I listened to back to back. It was either Kobe or MJ, but they were talking about influences in their life, and then he's talking about his father's influence in his life. And apparently he played an entire summer at age 11, right, for a team. And he had playing time, right, plenty of playing time. Went the entire summer without scoring. And then he broke down in front of his dad. He was crying. He was upset. And basically, life's hard. Yeah. Wear a helmet. You're not going to. Let's just cut the chase. I got it yesterday. A lovely woman that was taking a lesson. There's the water, right? By the way,
Right on cue.
Yeah, the Breakfast Ball Studios. By the way, guys, like we flooded last week. The musty smell down here now, man. We got to kill the carpets.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can smell it like we can.
Oh
but...
my word, we got to kill the carpets in here, man. It's just, oof, it's bad. But with all that said, he went a whole summer without scoring, and you know, life is hard. Like, I think I related to what we've been through, right? So, you know, our Rutgers golf team was like a 12 or 13 year span with like 8 or 9 national championships, and I had another coach who subsequently retired. My ex-wife and a couple of people would laugh because he'd give me a hard time all the time. Like, your big budget programs, you can't beat them, and da da da. And he would always go on and on about how like things were great for us, and Richie would laugh because you know we don't have a big budget. We fundraise, like, you know, we don't have like, you know, all this lavish stuff. We everything that we've achieved, we worked for.
Bob, you made me cook brownies and sit in the main lobby of the building and try and sell them to people.
I didn't make you. That was
I
your
don't know.
idea. It was a bake sale, right? What else are you gonna do? You could have baked anything you wanted.
Yeah, I only knew how to bake brownies.
Because it's very complicated. The brownie procedure is very difficult. Yes, we did.
They were pretty darn good brownies,
yes,
too.
Yes, they were. Yeah. Well, we did hoagies, we did brownies, we did clothes sales. I mean,
big budget, my butt.
I know, right. We almost did a Winifred date with Richie Stoltz, but you know, yeah. We didn't want to shut the school down.
But we wanted to make some money.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, So then, right. So then COVID comes along. So we had a whole series of dominoes that fell in a couple of years span, like for me personally and professionally and whatnot. You know, there's a whole cataclysm of weirdness. I know that. I guess I'll share with right in this podcast. You guys are interested, I'll tell you. So, you know, through the period of a divorce, and then Rutgers and the county who had our practice center, they severed the relationship. So we lost basically our home practice facility at that point. And then COVID comes along. Now, picture this, folks. Like, we just finished 15th in the country. We beat the number 1 team in the country. We had all 5 starters coming back for the next year. I mean, we realistically had a chance of at least top 5, top 10 in the nation, if not, you know, national championship. And it all just ground to a awful halt. And then we try to come back from that. And you know, try this: lose your practice facility, right? Budget cuts, COVID. You know, Rutgers is very stringent about COVID, and oh, by the way, not only one of the 5 starters came back after COVID was over. So like,
I was gonna say, and then no one was back.
Yeah. So I mean, you look at that, and then you know, Jeff Dean, who was our athletic director, you know, I actually had a private meeting with him, and I'm like, you know, Jeff, what do you want me to do? Like, you know, you cut our budget. We lost our practice facility. I can't get anybody in. Like, you know, my 4 or 5 guys back. And he said, you know, Bobby, I'd really like you to stay. So that's where we sat the past couple of years. And I've decided, I made my own conscious effort that I don't, you know, whether or not, you know, the pay is there, whether or not the benefits are there, whether or not, you know, we have the same facilities or whatnot, that I want to make it back to a national championship. So, you know, that's been my goal. So, you know, I think when things are going well, like Michael Jordan said, right? When things are going well, everybody they think, oh, he's just a natural athlete. He's just gifted. He's just that talented. He makes it look easy. And I think that serves a disservice in a way to the average person. Like, well, he's just naturally talented. BS, man. The guy worked his butt off, right? And that's what you got to do. Like, if you look at negative as anything else than a learning experience, you're probably not going to be a big winner at the end. So anyway, like, I know you were talking about your high school and college career earlier, so please enlighten us on that.
Yeah, I mean, I never won a golf tournament until I got to college, and it wasn't even until my 3rd year of college.
It was the coaching.
It was the coaching.
Why did somebody say that?
No, all right, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Good.
It was.
I always say it's lie to me. It's works.
We'll go with that for now while we're recording.
Right. The camera's off. Whole new game. Right.
No, but I didn't win a golf tournament until my 3rd year of college. Yes, it was directly when I transferred over to Rutgers and played for Bob. So, Bob, you do get credit, if we're being completely honest.
Let's go.
But the whole time throughout high school, after never winning a golf tournament, the first 2 years of college, never winning a golf tournament, the only thought that stuck on my mind is, I didn't even care about winning the golf tournaments, to be quite honest with you. Like, it would have been cool to win some for sure, but like, the only thought in my mind was, okay, what do I got to do to, play on tour? What do I got to do to turn professional? What do I got to do, to make it where I want to go? Not even like short-term goals. It was just all like, under every time that I failed, it was just thinking of, okay, what do I got to do to get better? What do I got to do to get better? What do I got to do to get better?
Yeah.
Because I had a spot where I wanted to be. And it didn't matter how many times I failed. And it still doesn't.
No.
You know that every single time I play in these tournaments. And, I love it when someone says, just keep your head high. It's like, was my head low?
Right.
Like, I know I'm not the tallest, but like my head wasn't down. Like, yes, I lost.
Watching a comedy roast. Was it? You got to hand it to Kevin Hart. You really do, because he's so short.
No, but I always love that, because it's like, keep your head high, and it's like, well, my head was never low. Like,
right.
I just, it's just another learning experience. Someone's like, oh, you'll get it next time. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But
I love that, and I'm just thinking about, like, as I'm staring at the microphone and talking to you, like, even this podcast, we started off like a house on fire. We're bringing in 10, 15 new subscribers every 4 or 5 days, and the viewership, we have 6,000 views here and there, and then we have a solid base right now. I mean, like, the people, there's people that watch us every week, and I hear from them every week, and it's great. But I want to, spread the word, expand the message. So, I mean, we're going to start doing some stuff on location. We're going to start doing some stuff outside. Like, in order for us to reach the masses, speak properly. But in order to reach the masses, you need to mix things up. You need to do things differently. And I never accept, I get frustrated. I never accept, like, we can't do this. My response to anybody who tells me we can't do this is, well, don't tell me you can't. Tell me what you have to do to be able to. And I steal that from Robert Kiyosaki, and he might have stole it from somebody also. But it's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I mean, if you're sitting and saying, I can't do it, and you quit, well, more power to you. You're not going to succeed. So, yeah. So with that said, I love where we're at. So, if you personally are not reaching where you want to be, there's all kinds of, like Steve Harvey says, jump, or Tony Robbins says, take massive action. The bottom line is, if you're going to create change, you have to do something different. I mean, that's just that's what it is. So,
and not only that, but when you fail, you got to take it as a learning experience, not a failure. Like, I think we had the one podcast where I talked about how, I don't even think of me losing a golf tournament as a failure. It's just a learning experience. Yeah. When something doesn't go right, because quite frankly, you do something new, and guess what's going to happen, guys? Take a wild guess what's going to happen when you do something new. It's going to fail.
Yeah.
Or maybe not fail completely, but you're going to have screw-ups, you're going to have mess-ups, you're going to have, this, that, or the other thing, and just going into that and going, okay, I know what's going to happen. We're going to try and prevent it. It's still going to happen either way. And when it does happen, we're going to learn from it.
Yeah, no, I again, like, I read and watch and read and watch. Like Denzel Washington, like he went through a bunch of auditions before he was famous and got nothing. And he tried out for a musical, right? And he went out there singing, and like, I think he said, like, I can't really sing, but like he went out and tried it. And like even the intro and exit music for our shows, like, I write it. That's me on guitar. Like, I play it. Like, my first time I went to a recording studio, I was scared. Every time that song that's on our podcast probably took 4 or 5 takes, because, like, it's just like hitting a golf shot. Like, when you're brand new to golf and people are watching you, heaven forbid, like the first tee, public speaking, the first tee, or being behind the glass on the first time of a recording studio, is like, you're scared. Like, if you're not scared, you're not human, man. But the thing is, after you do something that scares you, right?
Yeah.
Don't you feel much better?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody actually last night, and every time I push them into doing something new, right, and they get it done, they're like, wow, I feel great. But I got to push them every time. Like, Come on, let's go. Take some action. Let's do. The only way you're going to get to where you need to be. Like the book, The One Thing, right? That's our credo. Yeah. So when things are bad, okay, when things are bad, actually with a quote. So this could be actually our second quote of the day, and I used it in a short earlier, but basically it says, you're going to have good days. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have sad days. You're going to have days that life doesn't look that good. But like, think of it like a book. Like, books have good chapters, bad chapters, sad chapters, happy chapters, but you need all those chapters to make the entire story. Mm-hmm. And that's life. I mean, if you're expected to walk through life happy all the time. Sorry. British Open. I already called the Open Championship, but I called it the British Open. Okay. No disrespect to the Brits. I mean, I think it's one of the best championships, if not the best. But, you know, I was talking to Luke. We had Luke on as a guest a couple weeks ago. I think it might have been Luke. Because basically we were talking about, like, you know, the ups and downs of golf, right? Mm-hmm. So I forget what round it was, but it was after a weather round that wasn't the best weather. So I took out my notes, and we're sitting there, and I'm like, okay, all right. So, Luke, if it wasn't you, I'm just using you as an example. Okay. Like, how many holes in one were there yesterday? 0. All right. Well, how many twos were there on par 4s yesterday? 0. Okay. How many eagles were there on par 3s yesterday, or par 5s yesterday? 2. Okay. Now, forgive me, Richie, right? I'm going to ask you the question. Are those not the 100 and something best players in the world?
Oh, they should be.
They should be, right? Now, are they all not trying to get the ball in the hole in the least amount of strokes?
I would hope so.
You would hope so. So when you look at it that way, and yeah, 2 eagles, no 2s, and no 1s, like, they're all aiming at the hole, right? I mean, yeah, nobody hits the ball perfect every time. Let me just save you the aggravation, folks. I was talking to Brad Mills from Big Swing yesterday, and I think he finished, sorry, Brad, no, he finished double and then bogey to miss the cut. And he said, you know, I just wish I hit the ball better, you know. And I said, well, you're a grinder. He said, yeah, I've always been a grinder, but be a better ball striker. Brad's a good player, right? And there ain't nothing wrong with being a grinder, right? Mm-hmm. A grinder to me is somebody when things aren't going well can battle through. And like I said, like you, Zach, Q, Luke, like the guys who break through and win championships or persevere, you have to learn how to win, mm-hmm. right? Like you just wake up one day a winner, right? You woke up one day as a dashing Richie Stoltz, but like
that is true. That is true. But no, I didn't wake up. I can't speak either.
I know.
I didn't wake up as a winner.
It's all the must.
Either. Nobody did. I think it is the must.
Yeah, right.
I think it is the must.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you got to learn how to win, and you know that goes back to the story of, you know, I didn't win till my 3rd year in college. And then what did I do after I won the first tournament I ever won? I won the next 2.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
I won 3 in a row. I went back to back to back. I was like, whoa, where did this come from?
It's like the 4-minute mile. It's like, and it's anything. It's learning to win is huge. And you know, there are the examples of people that, you know, the massive underdog who won the first time. But you don't see that as a lot of sustainability. Like the guy that pulls off the major upset, typically like your Buster Douglas guys who beat Tyson. I mean, once they pull off their major upset, they typically fall off the beam. The guys who incrementally build, grow, systemize, you know, get their stuff done. And that's another thing that we could talk about in a different episode, is systems. You know, Rich and I had a conversation yesterday about some things that weren't going exactly our way. And fact being is we have staff meetings every week, but, you know, through personal and professional issues, we haven't had the entire staff together in about 2 or 3 meetings. So stuff that would normally absolutely have gotten, you know, done, didn't get done as well. And let me tell you what, if you want to be successful, systems are important. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems insignificant, but you know, the second things start getting treated like what's not that important, is the second things start falling between the cracks. And I know this, and I know it better than anybody, but like, you know, life gets in the way sometimes. Yeah, I mean, life gets in the way. I mean, not every day is sunshine and roses, especially down here at the musty.
This is not sunshine and roses.
No.
And it was very unfortunate because I think you told me that your ornaments almost got ruined.
Oh, my New York Giants ornaments. I had to take them out and air dry the packages, man.
I know. It was so close. Close to something.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I think Richie went back into the control room back there and sabotage the air conditioner so the condensation plant leak to try to ruin my Giants ornaments. But
I would never try and ruin your ornaments, Bob. I'll be
he's
honest with you.
He's a Cowboys
Would I
fan.
be upset if they did get ruined? No, I wouldn't be upset actually. I would not be upset if they got ruined. I would actually feel happy for you.
No. Well, actually, a lot of them are sentimental too, because I
wouldn't want to.
I actually have a tree in every year in my house. We have like 3 Christmas trees on each level, but the one that we put on our bottom floor is just all Knicks, Yankees, and Giants ornaments.
Oh, Christmas tree.
Exactly. Yes.
Amanda told me I'm.
Oh,
don't quit my
shout out to Amanda, by the way. Oh, wait! I got to put this in here, folks. This is vintage Coach Bob here. Okay, so we had the championship match between the blue and the white team, and shout out to the white team, which is Aaron, Chris, Liam, and Christian. Yes, they won the championship. So, a few of us went upstairs to grab an appetizer and a celebration. So celebration. So I went to leave, and I'm pulling out a lot, and I'm on the phone, and I realized I forgot my wallet. Right. So now I looked down at my gas gauge, and it's on empty. I mean, like empty, like the fuel light's on. Ain't no way I'm making it home. So now I'm counting up change. And I remember I have 94 cents in my change thing. Okay, 94 cents ain't gonna make it home. So I'm like, who do I know? It's now dark. So I go inside, and Richie's girlfriend, the lovely Amanda, was working. I'm like, Amanda, can I borrow $5? And she's like, yes. And can I Venmo? She said, no. You're getting your $5 back, Amanda, by the way, just so you know. But thank you. Special shout out to Amanda. So even there, right? Look, situation was looking dire. Things were bad. And I'm thinking to myself, how could I possibly overcome this? Bum $5 off Amanda. Anyway. Wow, I did not anticipate ending the podcast that way at all. But okay.
Well, Amanda won some brownie points there.
She did.
Good job, Amanda.
Amanda's great.
Good job.
She's great. She's a little meme buddy. Yeah, she's great. So anyway, but with that, if you want breakfast ball merch, we have it's on the website or South Jersey Golf School, and kids camps and all that kind of good stuff are coming. So whatever you need. But again, if Rich is famous, we get 10%, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything that I missed today that we should throw in there?
No, I'm just curious if anyone, because this is the end of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever we do the giveaway,
Mm-hmm.
we say it at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see who's watching at the end of the podcast.
Okay.
That's what I'm curious.
So all right.
Here's what I want to do. I want to throw some names in a hat.
Okay.
All right, and when we pick our next winner, we'll throw the names in a hat, and if you comment, I love the breakfast ball from the beginning of the podcast, great. That's awesome. We'll throw your name in a hat.
Yeah, so I'm going to throw some kind of bonus prize in. If you're in, I'm watching our timer over here. If you're in this at like 23 minutes, okay, what the comment section? I like the breakfast ball.
I was thinking, welcome back, the Dashing Richie Stoltz.
Oh wow, yes, welcome back, the Dashing Richie Stoltz. Or I'll settle for thank you, Amanda. One of the two of those would be fine.
You know what? That would be incredible.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Amanda. If someone is watching at the 23-minute mark and says, thank you, Amanda, in the comments section, I'll throw a special prize in for them too. How about that? So look how important Amanda is now. It's fantastic.
I know. She's gonna go viral.
Wow.
She's gonna be like, why is everyone saying thank you, Amanda?
I think that with all the musts we're inhaling down here, we're going viral as well. Yeah. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching the Breakfast Ball again this week. I'm your host, Bob Cardia, and returning,
the Dashing Richie Stoltz.
Have a great, great day. I'm now off to my son's high school graduation. Peace.
Glass of bourbon, ha. My bourbon, ha. My bourbon, ha. Alcohol. Because no great story ever started with, I'll have a salad.